You know, during that time, I'm still with a good relationship with Mr. Cohanco. So, I'm handling everything. And during the last Asian game, medyo hindi ko na masyado gusto yung sub-TV sa Mr. Joey Numasanta. So, hindi ko masyado pakialaman. But it always came to the problem. When we were discussing, sino naman dapat dala natin yung mga atleta sa Asian game?
Okay.
And it looked like lahat sila against Dragon Boat.
Okay. Bakit naman po against the Dragon Boat?
Well, I think Mr. Cohanco listened only to Mr. Numasanta. Kung ano sinasabi ni Numasanta, yan ang paniwalaan. Siguro sabi niya, ang laki ng delegation niyan. Pag pupunta, ilan na atleta pupunta yun. Tsaka wala naman panalo. Yun ang paniwala ni Mr. Cohanco.
Walang panalo pero nakabago ng, I don't know how many, 5 medals?
5 gold and 2 silver in the World Championship. But I was the only one fighting for the inclusion.
Okay.
And even, let's start from the beginning, how they handling the Dragon Boat. When they want to exclude the Dragon Boat, they come up with so many criteria. They insist that yung mga nangyari in Dragon Boat, yung mga record, puro hindi walang panalo. So, finally, they come to the agree with Mr. Nestor Ilagan,
yung coach,
the head coach,
team, yes,
to have a special time trial.
Okay.
Even when they have a special time trial, in the Excel report, I was an object also.
Okay.
Sabi ko naman yung mga special time trial, hindi pwede yan dahil malapit ng competition yan. Tsaka yung mga atleta, baka masunog. Pero insist.
Opo. Pero yung tanong ko po, bakit ko pinahirapan yung Dragon Boat team natin? Ano po yung rason dyan?
You know, the number one reason is politika talaga. Because,
again, politika.
Yeah, 2008 election, Dragon Boat team na both for Mr. Cohanco.
Okay.
And
pinag-initan ngayon sila dahil hindi nila binoto si Mr. Cohanco as president of POC in 98.
I think that is number one.
Ngayon po, sa tingin nyo, binalikan po sila ngayon by making it difficult for them.
And even though how many times, every time when we have some competition, I always get Nestor Ilagan to be my assistant in technical.
And it looks like pating your opposition to Mr. Cohanco's leadership in several occasions has led to your expulsion now from the POC. Attorney, what exactly happened today with the case of Mr. Go at the POC?
Well, kahapon, I accompanied him.
Okay.
He requested me to accompany him. And he wanted to know the charges against him. Ano ba yung reason why he is being expelled from the POC General Assembly? But much as he tried to ask the chair, being presided by ex-Congressman Monico Puentebella, the chairman of the POC, they didn't recognize him. They told him that he was persona non grata to the General Assembly and that he couldn't participate.
Yes.
He was reasoning out that he had the invitation. They gave him an invitation to attend that meeting and therefore he would like to exercise his rights, to cast his vote.
Ano po yung General Assembly? Pag sinasabing POC General Assembly,
well,
what is this?
That is the meeting of all the NSA representatives.
The heads of the NSA?
Yes, 41 of them.
Okay, 41.
Not necessarily the head, because the Secretary General can represent.
Can also represent the NSAs.
Yes, can represent the President or the Secretary General.
Okay.
Or the Vice President, duly authorized in writing by the President.
Okay.
So, ito na nga ang lumalabas eh.
Pero
Because,
sir, what is the purpose of the General Assembly? You have, what is decided by the General Assembly basically?
wala nga. He was in the dark. He didn't know what was to be tackled during that meeting. Kasi walang agenda yung notice eh.
When did you first get wind na si Mr. Go ay gustong patalsikin na nga sa General Assembly?
Ayun na. There's the rumor na. Meron daw signature
Rumors.
campaign.
Okay.
On a piecemeal basis, nag-gather daw sila ng signature ng around 37 daw. 37 of the 41 NSAs.
33. No, voted.
No, in one account, they said 37 in two newspaper accounts.
So this General Assembly was convened for the sole purpose of kicking
Yes.
Mr. Go out of the POC General Assembly.
That was the sole agenda.
Yes.
But they did not include that in the notice to him.
But sir, I have a question, okay? He is still president of PATAFA and PKF, am I right? He is still president of PATAFA and PKF.
We don't know anymore who cast the vote for PATAFA, who cast the vote for PKF.
Hindi, pero yung question ko po is...
There's no cast to vote. They only have a signature
Signature.
Yun ang
campaign.
sinasabi ko.
Yung question ko is, what is the effect on Mr. Go, him being kicked out of the General Assembly? Ano pong nangyari sa kanya dahil dyan? What did he lose?
Well, he lost all his rights as an NSA representative.
Okay.
I think he even lost his right as president of the PATAFA. Because you know what POC is trying to do now? In one newspaper account, POC, Mr. Piping Kuwangko, said that we will try to find a replacement for Mr. Gotingkok.
Imagine that the POC saying something that's supposed to be settled internally
That's it.
by the National Sports Association. Dapat doon, ideally, the POC should not even have anything to do with the internal wranglings of the NSAs.
The POC should not intervene in
Yes.
the quarrel of the
Internal
groups
affairs of
within
the
the NSA.
NSAs, yes.
It is only when these two groups cannot settle the dispute and they request the POC to intervene, doon pa lang
Voluntarily,
papasok.
both sides
Yes.
voluntarily approach the
Yes.
POC
But
to mediate.
before that, the POC cannot intervene.
Okay.
And that's what it has been doing in all the NSAs.
Was this legal according to the rules of the POC yung nangyari po kay Mr. Go?
I can cite several provisions in the POC General Assembly. That's why I quarreled with the Philippine Olympic Committee Legal Counsel yesterday, because he permitted the holding of this session, the gathering of votes, you know, that signature campaign body, if Attorney Malinaw is listening right now, he is wrong in saying that that is a valid resolution, because the votes have to be cast in an open session.
And you don't even know kung yung mga signatures ay tunay ba talaga yan, di ba? Hindi mo alam
Precisely.
kung sinong pumira. Pwede nga ako yung pumira.
Precisely. That's why Mr.
Yes.
Gotingkok was trying to see a copy of that document. Dahil, for instance, one NSA vote that was cast, or who signed the document, is Mr. Manny Lopez of Boxing. Manny Lopez is the Vice President of Boxing. The Vice President cannot vote for the NSA if there is a President or a Secretary General. Okay? He can only vote if the President authorizes him in writing to cast the vote for Boxing.
Did he?
He did not. You know how I came to know about this?
How?
Well, a friend of mine, Ronnie Nathaniels,
Of course, the famous Mr. Ronnie
Yes.
Nathaniels.
called Mr. Ricky Vargas, the president of Boxing. And Mr. Ricky Vargas, according to Ronnie Nathaniels, told him that he didn't authorize Mr. Manny Lopez.
Wow.
And it was Manny Lopez who even moved for the adoption of that resolution,
Yes.
expelling him.
Yes. Yes.
So you see, he wasn't even authorized to be there. But he was the one who moved for the adoption of that resolution. So you know what's happening. And later on, according to Mr. Gotingkok, Manny Lopez called him and tried to apologize.
No.
Imagine that.
just-
Imagine that.
So
Clearly talaga, the rules were flouted. I mean, the rules were really
Yes.
flouted here.
one thing more. The notice to Mr. Gotingkok was given to him only 6 days in advance. That is contrary to the bylaws, because the bylaws says you have to give 10 days notice in advance to the voter.
Okay. Okay.
And then, in the notice, you have to state the agenda. This is the usual practice in corporate law. That's why I was castigating the lawyer. We almost came to blows.
And you know, like speaking as a layperson here, if you're going to accuse me of, in any organization, if you're going to be accused, if you want to be, if the organization is going to remove you, you deserve due process. You deserve your day in court, where you're informed of what you did, if ever you did it, and then give it a chance to